people that want to learn from it can start. All right. So, and I'm CPO for all of you. So I have known Yael. Oh, I started MGDS it was like 16 years ago, but you weren't there yet.
Right, and we moved in 2004.
So I've known Yael since 2004. I've known her husband since I was maybe 10, because he was friends with my sister in high school. And I will tell you that when I first started teaching at MJDS, I think I was in your classroom at first, and I kept hearing about Yael Gal. Had no idea she was connected to Pierce, who I had known for years and years. Amy. And I kept hearing what a fantastic teacher this Yael was, but she had moved back to Israel and wasn't that sad for being a striker. And then she came back, and we were delighted, and we taught together at MJDS for how many years? 8 years.
Well, I was there 8 years.
8 years. So
before you. So
okay, and then she moved on to Nicolay. So a lot of the kids she had at MJDS, then she had them as students at Nicolay. She's taught 2 out of 3 of my kids. She has her master's in Hebrew language instruction, is working on her PhD, and she is fantastic with technology, better than me. Yeah, so that's what we said.
I'm not sure about that.
And it's been sought out and teaches all over the country about integrating technology into teaching. This is a challenge because we've got.
teach at UWM.
Oh, UWM. I apologize. It teaches the course at UWM online, so she really knows her stuff. So we've got.
Take my people online now.
So we've got teachers teaching infants all the way up to 7th grade, 8th grade, and Amy will go through. I'll let you introduce yourself. I'll go through 8th grade. So why don't you introduce yourself and tell me what grades you teach?
Okay, I'm Amy Bahar. I'm teaching at MJDS. This year I'm teaching 3rd through 8th. This year, but every year it's.
Okay, so you never know when they come to workshops that are just open to everyone, what are the ages. Usually when I'm invited to workshop, they have middle school, high school, elementary school, but now, so I forgot a lot of things that we'll see, what we can do, and so we might skip or we might just do some for younger kids, some for maybe older kids. But I still think that even if you don't teach now a certain age, it doesn't mean that in the future you will not teach. So just be open to everything. Of course, infants, I probably don't have anything to offer them, and I'm not sure that the parents would like them to start so early with technology. We need to give them some, outside and nature and not connected to computers, but it's good for you to know, and maybe in the future you'll be able to use that.
Sometimes they move us up to the 3 or 4s or 2s. It just depends. We change off every year, so you don't know.
But you never know. You never know what is in the future for you. You might say, okay, I'm actually going to do something else. And I started when I came, when I moved here, 3rd grade, right? What was then 5th grade, and then 7th and 8th, and high school, now university. So you never know when you start something if that's the end of your career. So even if it's not something that you'll probably use, think about if it's something that's for enrichment, that's for you, and enjoy the games that we're going to play today with technology. So I'm originally from Israel, and I moved here in 2004. I lived here a few years before that too, but my longest time is now from 2004. And technology is something that I'm using in all my classes, in all ages. So even if I show you something that it's a high school, you can definitely, and I can also help you to, especially 3rd, 5th, and 1st grade, to do it with your class. Okay? So I don't know, you teach Hebrew, Jewish studies or Hebrew? Jewish studies? No Hebrew. Okay? Both?
Both.
Okay. And you guys, you do something with Hebrew or Jewish studies, or what is your...
We sing the Hebrew songs with children and
a little bit of everything we try to
and read some of the
incorporate.
books that we try to do some of the Hebrew. We had one book this morning that we were trying to figure out.
I was trying to do.
Okay.
Wow.
The English was way too hard.
Was it the one about the chicken?
No,
It was a Hanukkah book, and they were saying the words in Yiddish and Hebrew, and it's like, Okay.
Okay, so again,
We were trying.
you don't have, there's one game that maybe you just need to guess, it's stable, but in general, you don't need to know everything, like, you know, people to know the tool. I give workshops in UWM for all languages, like Spanish and French and Chinese, and I show everything in Hebrew, but they translate it to their language. So again, even if you don't understand the language, you can still use the technology with what you do with the kids. So we'll start with, I think, the upper level, I guess, and then we'll do a little bit also iPads. And do you use iPads, right? And there are things that you can do with little kids that I will show you later. That even just showing them pictures that they can touch. I don't know if the school is open for technology in that age. And
Yeah, we can use
yeah.
the iPad.
But some
We
schools
can
say
use
no,
YouTube.
no technology.
Yeah, we can use YouTube and stuff.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to give you just 2 slides in general. What is technology, the role of the teacher, which is feedback and summer, and again, just study it as something like enrichment, not exactly, only 2 slides, so it's not going to be too much, and digital tools in the classroom, and then if we have time, hands-on with technology. I don't know what you use, and I'll ask you later. So the feedback model means that if in the past, when a teacher became a teacher, came to the principal and said, well, teachers needed to know the content. If I teach math, I need to know math. If I teach Hebrew, I need to know Hebrew. And they need to know the pedagogy, okay? The fact that I know math doesn't mean that I can teach math. We also study in Hebrew, right? The fact that we speak Hebrew doesn't mean that we are Hebrew teachers. Not everyone who speaks English can be an English teacher. So this was the 2 things that a teacher needed to have: pedagogy and content, knowledge. This is like the CK and PK. But now, starting the 21st century, the expectation is also that the teacher will have the technology. And how do you do this together? How do you actually incorporate content, pedagogy, and technology? If a teacher comes to get a job and he will say, I will not do technology, I'm not sure he will not get the job, but he will not be in priority for people that today come and say, oh, I'm doing technology. Because the schools are looking for technology. This is the 21st century skills, and they want kids to be familiar with that and do things with technology that will be beneficial for them in their workplace later on in life. So this is the TPAC, the TPC, just in general, and there's a lot about that in the internet if you want to read about it more or just know about it. And the summer model is actually a ladder that every time that we choose a technology tool, we need to ask ourselves, what are we doing? So the summer stands for the S is substitution. What does it mean, substitution? Things that I did in the past without technology, now I'm doing it with technology. So if I wrote on a paper and now I'm doing it on the computer, it's still the same thing, right? So instead of paper, I'm just writing on the computer. So it's substitution. Augmentation is that when I a little bit expand that, okay, and I'm doing, for example, now because I'm using computers, I can do different font, I can do different color, I can highlight something, I can play with that a little bit more than it used to be in the past. Okay, but it's still, we call it under the ladder, which is, we want to be above the ladder. Under the ladder means that substitution and augmentation, okay, I can also color with pencils. I can also highlight maybe with a marker. I don't need a computer for that. But again, it gives you more because it maybe does spell check. It gives you more to use. And then we have the modification. Modification means that you do something that you cannot do without, it adds something to technology. So for example, if I show a text, and then I can add a voice, recording myself and add the voice, right? So that's already something that I couldn't do before, just with a paper and pencil. So I'm adding my voice, and actually students can listen and read in the same time. Some students need more audio, so the fact that they have the text on the computer and the voice already makes it upper level for the technology. And the redefinition, which is the highest level in the technology, and we want that, of course, to push to that level all the time, is that to do things with technology that we cannot do it without technology. So there's no way. Because even modification like the voice, yeah, it's nice that it's on the computer, but I can record myself maybe on tape recorder, right? And I can still give them voice. But redefinition means that it has to be something that without technology, there's no way. So for example, if I'm Skyping a class in Israel, or if that's what I teach, or you Skype and also offer a book that, let's say, they read a book in class, and I don't want to interview the author. So you cannot do it without technology because the author is not physically in the, maybe even the US or in Milwaukee. So technology helps us to do things that before that we couldn't do. One of the biggest things about technology is the share. Kids today like to share everything. It's not like in the past that they used to put it in the drawer, right? Like I'm writing a poem, it's in my drawer. Today, everything, every movement, selfies, it's Snapchat, every place they are, they want everyone to know where they are. They like to share. So the technology gives us an option to share. Sharing means that it's relevant, it's authentic for them. It's not like, okay, what am I going to do with that? No one is going to see that. It's not there to this generation. This generation wants everyone to see. The fact that you can share everything, if you use apps that are shared, then other people can comment. If they do something on YouTube, people can comment. You can share it with their parents. You can share it with outside of class. So basically, the outside of class comes into class because of the technology. Thanks to the technology that we bring into the class. So the outside is actually inside the class, and the inside is outside. So, and that's the beauty of technology that we can do that today. Okay, so this is about in general. Technology in Hebrew Jewish studies, again, if it's not even Jewish studies, that's fine, but what do you do, if at all? Just if you have anything that you already do. Yeah.
Well, for our Hebrew books from Berman House, they have activities online for the kids. So I have the practice, the different sounds of the Hebrew letters going online with the different games in Berman House.
Okay.
I've also used YouTube for different songs for the holidays or different YouTube videos for it. So we have done that, and I guess basically that's it for first and second grade as far as I've gotten.
And you have equipment, you have iPads, or how do you?
I bring in my laptop, and I have the projector, so you can project it on the wall, and we just do it that way. The kids
Okay.
don't have, being first and second graders, they don't have the iPhones or anything, so it's just basically my computer.
Okay, so if you need iPads, will you be able to ask? Or is the synagogue gives them? So-
We have been talking and wishing,
Okay,
so far, no.
okay.
We don't have it. I'm chair of the library committee at our temple, and we are trying to get some used computers or iPads for the library, so classes can come in. We have all the classes scheduled in the library, so we're trying to expand into technology, but we're still trying to find the money to purchase them.
Okay,
But that's on our agenda and it's on our wish list.
So you might want to think, like right after Hanukkah ends, if people have old iPads they're not using anymore, like their older technology, if they got new presents or whatever.
Oh, that's a good idea. Thank you.
yeah.
Because once you get to the next,
Also, I know in high school, like our kids, they got Chromebook, they don't use it. It's in my
right,
house.
so that's what I'm saying, you might want to just put a thing out to
Yeah,
the synagogue,
yeah.
did you get new technology? Are you not using your old?
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta be careful what you ask for, you don't want like a
Right,
computer from the
right.
80s or something.
Yeah.
But even if you,
Yeah,
4, 5.
because that's what we're trying, because I want kids to know we are still one of the few synagogues with a really extensive library, and we're trying to our idea with the technology was to bring them in for the technology, and then hopefully books would be there for them to also research.
Okay, thank you.
Well, in 8th grade, we're talking about Jewish beliefs. And so what I can depend on is that my 8 or 9 students will all have their phones with them. It's the only technology that's available. And so I will use that, an example being we were talking a couple weeks ago that Salam Elohim. So I asked them to Google image of God. I wanted the diversity of responses and images that we were likely to get. And I knew, I had a sense, having done this before, where it would begin. And of course, they would get Western depictions of an old white guy in the sky. But they had different ones. So we could build on that and see where that led us.
Yeah, so the advantage really that they have the phones, it's huge, because today they do everything with phones. You know, they already now, they don't use computers anymore.
So,
everything. They write on the phone, they type on the phone, they send it on the phone.
yes. Yeah, also, based on what I just said, where on the SAMR spectrum does that fall? Was I substituting?
Great question. And again, if we have more, when I give a workshop that is actually longer and sometimes 2 days or 3 days, we actually take all these examples and we analyze together. So teachers will be able in the future to decide where you are in the letter. So basically what you do, you take pictures, right? So what do you think? You took pictures and we find these pictures in a different way. So if you can have, like in the past, books with pictures of God, so we still have pictures. So it's definitely not the highest level, right? Do you add anything to the picture besides just having a picture?
What I liked about this was I was not finding the pictures. I was sort of rolling the dice and seeing, I thought I knew what we would find, but there are always students who find something that, wow, I wasn't expecting that, but I also felt confident it would be appropriate.
Did you tell them what to put in the search engine, or did you?
I just said image of God.
Okay, so they had to put in the word image of
Yes.
God, not something that they
Correct, yes. So you're right, I could have, I
said, what does God mean to you, and then they could search what they want.
absolutely, yeah.
So again, if I think about it as if I bring like 10 books or 15 books, they can also find pictures, right? So it's maybe augmentation, maybe it's the second level because you still let them, find and question if it's actually a good picture or not. They can choose and then maybe save it to their phone and then talk about it. So it's something that can, if it's a book, it stays maybe in school. So yes, there is something that it's more, but it's
Not
still.
much more.
And not this one, but we can see how else you can make it. Like, so that's how we start when we do lesson plan technology. We start, okay, what do we want? And then how we build it and how we make it above the ladder. And again, not everything, but I can't say that every class that they do is above the ladder. It can be, because we need to get to that also, and sometimes there is a process. But usually that's the goal, that to push ourselves to offer activities and technology that the students will be able to be creative, will be able to cooperate, will be able to collaborate. This is all 21st century skills, because in the future that's what this job offer will ask them. Do you collaborate? Do you cooperate? Can you work in a team? Can you create something? Okay, Amy.
So our kids are issued Chromebooks, pretty much 3rd grade and up, and then we have iPads for the younger kids. Very blessed. I use a lot of online games that we find, but in addition to that, I use a lot of Google lately, a lot of Google Docs. I use Google Classroom with the students, Google Voice for recording. We Skype, we do FaceTime, and recently the kids have been blogging. Everybody has their own blog, document some of their learning, and to do some blogging in Hebrew also. So, texting.
Yeah, and this is like a school, so it's a day school.
Right,
So
it's a day
like they
school, so
have
it's
the means and also they have the time because it's every day from the morning to the afternoon. And it's a real school and a real school needs to provide it to the students. Great. Are you using any technology?
So, I don't know if you know, we're in the midst of changing teachers, so I'm coming on. So I haven't taught by myself yet. I've only been in the classroom twice. So I don't really know yet.
Okay.
if I
Well,
need help.
they have a partnership with a school in Israel, so they
Yeah.
definitely do Skype stuff.
I know we do letters.
Yeah, and they've got a computer lab. They do, I know they've done stuff
I
with
know there is
PowerPoint.
technology.
Yeah, they
I
definitely
just-
have technology.
Okay,
so I'm
great.
not a local one.
You guys, are you using any technology? Or, yeah. Okay, what about personal technology? What do you do personal? What is your,
I love it and like that's my.
take it personal, do you do anything personal?
It's
technology?
recorded in class and school.
Any social media, anything that you use for
Instagram.
Instagram, okay, so
Like Facebook, Instagram.
Facebook, Instagram,
I do
Smartboard,
GoToMeeting, I use GoToMeeting,
yeah,
and I've done, web, teaching through using
okay.
web.
Okay, any more personal?
Zoom, I use a lot of
Zoom.
Zoom, I believe that's what's
Yeah.
recording right now.
I use photos a lot. Our director wants us to take pictures a lot, so she can use them to send to parents. So I always take photos of like what a
Photos,
student-
and then do you just send them as photos? You edit them inside, or just?
Usually I just send them via message.
Well, do you guys use Brightfield? I know they use that
so-
here.
We just switched. We switched from Brego to Ramini, so we do everything like our document, like daily sheets, everything is on that. Like,
So we can see exactly real time. If it's something that you want next time to continue, we can actually do something that it's more like really create things together. And I don't know if we have time today.
Because
but-
you should know that this is the first of 3 technology workshops that Yale's doing for us this year, so.
Yeah.
If there's stuff that you wanna see next time, I should talk about it at the end.
Okay. So hi Eddie, how are you?
It's so nice to see you.
Oh, I'm so happy. to see
Aggie,
you.
what grade are you teaching with you?
I have to think it's 4th and 5th.
And you do any technology in Simon? You're still in Simon?
I do word processing.
Okay. Okay, so again, the impact of technology in classroom practices, besides that the kids like it and that's their life now and that's who, they feel comfortable in technology, is that we can offer them authentic materials in phone. And I put phone into your slides, but again, everything can be whatever you teach. It can be sciences, it can be history, whatever you teach. Cooperative learning, student-centered learning, that's what technology offers, and the learning autonomy and motivation. These are the generation that they like to be independent and work on their choices, autonomy, and this of course brings the motivation, and we know that motivation is the key to succeed and key to any class that wants to be effective. Because without, about ourselves, if we are not motivated, so that's what we do. We are not doing it good enough, we're not doing hard enough, but if they are motivated, it's a different story. And I can tell you, I teach so many ages now, like from high school to university, and when it comes to technology, it's like, they feel like we are home. They really feel at home with this technology. If you think about it, I'm thinking about Maya. Maya is the millennium, like 2000. She's now, the new teachers are already in the millennium. They are 18 now in college. So in 4 years, we have teachers that don't know anything that was not technology. They are 2000, they are born 2000. It's scary. It's like, no, it's like, I'm thinking of Maya, like my daughter, she's 18, she's like, she doesn't have any knowledge before. It's like everything started with technology, and so 18 years later, of course, learning for this. I'm going to go over a list, but I'm not sure if you do some of that, we will not do. If you want to try something, we'll try. I don't know exactly, but it looks like some people can do everything. And Amy, I know, probably you know some of them, right? So what do you
A lot
do?
of them. What do I do? I do Quizlet, Kahoot, Flip Quiz sometimes, Google Voice a lot, and that's it.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
I
So
don't know.
I don't know flip quiz.
anyone else is doing okay. So I think I don't know exactly what do you think. Start from the because anyone here only Amy is doing Quizlet?
Yeah, I can help anything.
Okay, yes. So Quizlet is really an easy thing, and we are going to try.
That's fine.
We're going to play, and then you can actually either try to do it later on. We can choose something, maybe an assignment or something that we'll do next time, and then we'll see. Okay. So I don't know if we don't finish everything today. There's also apps that I'm going to show you on the iPad. But let's do Quizlet. So Quizlet basically is flashcards. It can be many things, but in a way it's flashcards. But the cool thing about Quizlet is that you can play live in class. So that's for synagogue, very good things, okay? So what I'd like you to do is to take out your phone, okay? Take out your phone, we're going to play. Even if you don't know, it's okay. We just,
You can do it on a phone or a laptop, right?
yeah. So firstly, let's say I'm reviewing the word, okay? I'm giving them the English, okay? So I'm just showing them it's run, fun. So usually I'm playing with the kid, we are working on all kinds of games here, but what's nice about it, after you do the words, the vocabulary, especially if you do, even By the way, it doesn't have to be vocabulary, it can be questions or content. So if you teach something and you want to ask them questions, okay, so you can just say, for example, if you teach a parasha and you want to ask questions, okay?
Yes.
So let's do Quizlet Live now. Okay, and what the students are doing,
What are we saying?
just 1 second. Just waiting for.
Yeah, and she's.
You don't do anything yet?
Okay.
Now I'm creating a game. Okay, so that's what you're doing. You're doing www. Is that live? And you write your name. What you're in. So Quizlet,
Yes.
So when I enter that, join the name. If I enter that name now, it's 319.
Okay.
Nothing. You want to just, you're good, it's thinking.
I was thinking.
Okay, wait, was it live? Was it live? Okay, and then you
This
come
is
to
being
the
a conversation when you, by the way, this kind of game
Type in
also
where?
in social.
You should be able to get your.
Oh, I see.
Question about the person that you're talking.
It's 1, 2, 3.
I've seen it used
Oh, I
really
see.
well.
The teachers, I
It's
see.
inspirational stuff. I've seen it with like seniors.
Create the rules, so we're gonna
Three.
play.
I see. We're gonna play again. Okay. Join game. Okay.
And then you're gonna type your name. And that's who you are.
Oh, so excited. The music is good. I'm waking up.
Maybe
I'm in, yeah. We started, yeah.
we're only for 6, okay, 6 of the hours. I'm almost in. We'll wait for you. Now, in the class, still have some people joining? Yeah. Anyway, so the moment the computer will randomize,
Yeah, everyone should have it now. Come off, just down.
the moment the computer will divide them randomly to groups, and then the students go together and sit together to play, and then you help each other. Okay, now if you sit in your seat, it's okay, but then it's not help each other. And the idea is that you can win as a team, because everyone has a different card that answers the question. So first, I'm going to, anyone else, that's it? Yeah?
It's hard to see this.
Okay, I think there's one more if they want to join.
Is that even sharing? Are you two sharing?
Yeah, okay, fine. So let's start. So then I'm just creating a game, random teams. And now you have your teams. So you go to your team. Go to your team, find your team.
We're camels. We're camels. All the camels. So we need Lexi and Dawn.
We're the alpacas.
Annie, who's Dawn?
Alpacas.
It's
Are you alpacas?
And Ryan.
Right.
Me?
Okay, honey. So people that know, that's why you do teamwork, so other people can help each other. I'm going to start the game. Okay, let's start the game. Okay, hot, shine, flannel. So who's Joe? Oh, okay, Sandy, you're out. Why? Can you come back? Who is Sandy?
Okay, I'm trying to get back in.
Okay, try to come back.
What was that number again?
See on the side, 319.
Okay,
3 and 9 for 5 3. Okay, בסדר? Okay, so now I will go.
These are our, who have either explanation.
What are we doing?
Oh, you have to say who has it, the translation.
Who has what? The translation. They don't know, but I don't know what the question is. The question is the top, just what has what is Israel. So one of us is American, it's like, okay. I'm sorry, the question is, who has a lot of fun things that have a lot of fun? Oh, I want to know. Okay, all right. Now, this one. What's our God? Okay. Who has a lot? Who has nature? Okay, good. That's it. They give you the answer. Yes. Okay. Okay, that's winners.
Good job, guys.
Okay, almost done. Okay, so when you do it in class, we also get, also give you specific, like what was the mistake, so for example, what we know, and what you need to work on the picture. No, so this is like, I need to learn. Yeah, you can always do it again, play again, and we're not going to do it, but then you can shuffle kids, and then kids are just mingle. And it's really nice because everybody wants to win. And this is like reinforce the vocabulary. Okay? Yeah, okay.
Joe.
So,
Where's Amy?
Here, are we doing it again?
no, I think we're
Okay.
Well, I wish we can, but
It's
we
very
have a lot to do, so.
Just want to see
Okay, right, I'm going to give you a taste of, remember that, one of the things,
kids would have, you know, have.
oh, the kid, I'm telling you, there's no
like-
age for that. Like today I played to home, I played to that today when I had a kid, and every group that he was, they won. So everyone was like, oh, he's always winning. And
And
the
the kindergarten kids, they love it too. You can do it with pictures and words and all different things.
Right, you can do pictures, and you can say the word. Another thing that you get statistical, of course, this is the free program, but the school pays for the program, they get more. They get all kinds of things. They could assign homework and they could do other things. But again, what I wanted to say that I go every year to tech camp, which is like 3 days that we just eat, drink, and breathe technology. And it's a lot, but I always take something, one thing or two things, and I say, okay, this is what I'm going to do this semester. Because there's no way that you can even think about to do all that. So again, I'm going to show you a lot today, but even if you choose one, or even if you choose something that you can do for your own personal, or that's enough. You don't have to think that you have to do all that. But you'll have the option. Okay, so let's go to, so this was, I will not do the example too because I want to show more things. Okay, Kahoot. Kahoot is a great game. Anyone plays Kahoot? Okay. It's in a, who plays Kahoot? Okay. And you guys know. Kahoot is not only that it's a great game for kids, it's also a great game for families, for birthdays. So for example, my friend, my cousin turned 60, and all the questions were about her. And everyone had to, with their phone, to guess about her. So it's really social thing also, not just for class, but of course for class. So Kahoot, I will explain. You will get into the site. Again, you're going to sign up like we did before. You'll have the code of the class, and then you'll just write the numbers. And then you'll see on the phone, you'll see 4 shapes: the triangle, the circle, the square, and whatever. I think it's the, what is it? Yeah, or you can just say Adobe, red, blue, green, and you will have a question. The question will have 4 answers. And the color that you think that the answer is then you click on the phone. Okay, we'll try the first one, Shabbat. So these are just questions about Shabbat. I will play game. Okay, so we are going to do, and again, you can do team or you can do player versus player. We are going to do the regular one. Okay, we'll do the classic one, but again, there are many things that we can do into Kahoot. Kahoot is a game that you can do either with groups or individual. You can stop the game and talk about it. If there is a question, for example, you can stop and say, okay, why do you think it's that? Why do you think it's that? Like you can discuss the question or discuss the answer. So it's not just to play, but also, okay, let's. Why did you choose this answer? Why did you think about
I
it?
didn't know you could pause it. Is that new? It's always on.
You control the.
Oh, that's right, because you don't go
Yeah.
ahead. That's right.
So you control that. Also today they added something new. There is a discussion, and also there is a, they can play with themselves. There is the ghost. So you can assign it to go home, and then the ghost play with them. So they can get better with that.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So Kahoot. Ready to join. Okay. So now again, you're going to join. This is okay. So you go. You see Kahoot. Go at Kahoot.it.
So where do you put the code?
It should, you gotta click on the site, I think. Click on the
So
site.
now we will have
It's the site.
Right in here.
996.
So smart.
No, I just did this. I don't know. And if I'm not, I've never
If
done
you
that.
teach supplement your school, your kids know these things in public school. I love them.
Yeah,
And
it's
kids
nice.
can also make.
Again, I don't think they get tired of this game. They always like it. They always, if I do quiz, they say, when do I do the Kahoot? They love it.
So how do we do this in class? Every child has to have a computer or something.
Everyone has to have a device. Or if you have only few, you can divide in teams and then they all
Yeah.
together.
You have to put a name.
And again, of course, the older they have more personal devices. And the way to create this is that you
These are also individuals, so you have a different teams. These are individual, every person themselves.
but you can do
Rather
teams.
than, can you do teams?
Yeah, there's two options. One classic, one team.
Oh,
So I
I
just
just
think
think
it's
it's the same way. There's something on it.
they mix it up exactly. Then they have to find their team. So sometimes I do this, sometimes I do that. 7 players, so let's say. Do you do quizzes and quizzize?
Wait,
Quizzes?
no,
Okay, so this will be so something new for you.
there's lots of them.
Okay.
You can always.
I think you should have it.
Okay, 8 people? Okay, we'll do it's okay, 8:30, right? It's a nickname.
My initials, because it's a nickname, so it's
By the way, there is a way for kids if they write names that you don't like, you
Mix
can,
them up.
you can remove them.
a nickname, so I
Yeah.
nickname
You
it.
can remove them and
I just put my initials. Sometimes I do weird stuff, sometimes I put a bunch of symbols.
yeah, symbols.
I know.
My students always look at that guy and I'm always like, what am I doing there? How they mistake. Okay, 9 people. Anyone else is fine?
That's
We are good. Okay, so let's now what's nice about, by the way, what's nice about Kahoot and what's nice about Kahoot and Quizlet, for those who are teachers and need that maybe even more, there is a lot of already things there. Like things that create already there. So if you, whatever you look, Shabbat, I just look Shabbat, I don't teach Shabbat. So I just looked Shabbat and I found it.
But always read through all the questions. They may not be appropriate for your setting, or sometimes you find one with an answer that's wrong.
Right.
You know, you want.
And I
but
think
you
in
can-
Shabbat here, I think in here it's like depends who is writing. I think the Shabbat in this can be that Autodesk will not agree with that.
So you
Or,
always want to read it beforehand, and then you can edit it. You can save it as your own and then edit it.
yeah, and many times, like for example, now if you want something for Hanukkah, you don't have to invent the wheel. There's so many things over there. And Amy, do you know Wiser? Wiser Wheel?
No, I don't know.
This is a great one for you. So get that.
Wiser?
It's very, okay, so ready, let's start. So this is individual, are you ready? 8 questions.
The questions are up on the screen and you answer on your device.
Okay, and it goes by time. What is Shabbat? And now you have all 4 options. And then you choose according to your color. The day of rest, the 7th day,
How do you know?
Saturday, the Jewish
Oh, I see.
That's all.
Okay,
It's actually,
right, exactly. So if we can,
it can be.
we can talk about that and say, okay, but what is Shabbat if you want to say the word? Because it's not Saturday. It's Saturday if we translate it to modern time, but the root of Shabbat is to rest, right? So it depends if you want to, again, I'm just remembering examples, how you can elaborate in class or how you can make. And again, this is, you know your students the best, right? This is your class, you know your students the best, you know what will work and what you want to teach. And I'm just showing you some tools, but whatever you want to put, the content is totally yours, and then you can discuss it, okay? And then, okay, Zippy.
Really fast. That's it.
Okay, next question.
Yeah, it took too long. I'm a true genius. I was wrong too.
It's okay, okay, good. So then again, you can stop, you can discuss it. If you have students like Titi, they shouldn't be. There's a variety of
That's an interesting,
Like
there's a lot to talk about on that
They're
one.
probably gonna put through and.
yeah, and again,
There's a lot you can talk about. with that.
exactly.
Yes, this is why if I pulled up this quiz, I would not use it, because I do not like the
Exactly.
questions.
And again, you can
Question.
modify it, you can edit it. I just, as I said, I just took it, I saw it, and it's okay, we can talk about it, we can show what you can do. But again, when you create again, you can create your own on one.
I hit it too fast. I hit it too fast. Yeah, I did. I was.
You didn't push
You
it.
did it, 'cause I was too fast. Yes, I was. I'm the good. I was a screw.
But again, as you see, you can do any content, anything that you teach.
And this works with, you know, it works with Hebrew words.
Oh, yeah.
Right, type of, and you can do images.
It's okay, don't, okay, next one. You can guess, that's fine. Just the idea. And you can time it.
Everybody got that.
Wow. Yay. Okay, class. Okay, and then,
I bet that's not the
Sounds
good.
delicious because it's carbs.
yeah, I agree with that.
It has bread is important.
Sometimes everything, right, all the answers.
Yeah.
And
By the way, you
that.
can do
set
all
it
the
up.
answers. You can set up all the answers afterward.
I just did that.
Depends.
Exactly, that's what I said. It depends which combination is doing that. So that's why you are the one who decides for your class. There's no way I could find somebody that will answer all the.
No, I think the
Everyone.
fact that we don't like some of the answers makes this a good example.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm
Shows that
saying.
you need to.
Exactly. Exactly.
The other thing is the kids, this is timing.
Yeah, exactly, you can time like
What was that
15
false?
seconds.
You're not allowed to use that for
No, it
school.
says
False.
that you put.
That's a comment. I have to see that question again.
Well, what does Saturday night mean? What does that mean?
What do you mean? Like
Saturday night.
Saturday
Saturday
evening.
night.
Evening.
when the
It needs to be a little more specific.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
But this is an example what you can do and kids love it. And then you can analyze it and then of course you get results. By the way, get results. I do Kahoot also as quizzes and tests because they sit in class and then I get the results. So part of the test is actually take out your phones and let's quiz them. And they like it because they're used to it and they're quiet and they play and then I get the results. Okay? Because they don't show the screen. I don't show the results. Okay, then you can Roger. Oh.
I like the word.
Get results and then you can save results. You can show the parents. Another thing that kids can do that I give them is create their own Kahoot. So when I teach units, right, every group creates their own Kahoot. So by the fact that they actually create the questions and
That's
the
wonderful.
answers, they show you that they know.
They can do it by like first grade. I mean,
Oh, no, but I have one of my classes doing that and then I'm using it the next year for the
no,
next
but it's like young kids.
Right? Yeah, so for example, let's say I teach in Hong Kong, some do, or whatever I teach in the book, kids are creating the Kahoots, and then the next year I'm using them. Okay, great. So this was the Kahoot. Let's go to the next
Can I
one.
just ask a question?
Yes.
Okay. When you wanted to test it, you found a topic. How does one find topics?
What do you mean, like
Show them how you search for.
Yes.
Okay,
but-
let's do the following. We have in my plan at least
Okay.
half an hour. Then the last part will be focusing on one that everyone chooses, and then I will show you more. Because I want to show more because it's almost the same idea. That's why. Okay, anyone played Trinity? Amy? This Trinity is Israeli pride. It's an Israeli company. They made it. What's nice about Trinity that they have. It's like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? So you have audience. So we have audience. So if everyone will choose one answer, you can be influenced by them. You can have a hint. I don't know if they put it a hint, and you can have a special friend that you want to ask. So we'll see. I made my own, which is Hebrew, so I know I can do it. This one is Hanukkah. So let's see. Hopefully it's going to be a good one.
Should we all go to it?
Yeah, I'll show you wait. Here. Okay, so you go again, the same idea. Same idea that you go to trade in. Okay? Perfect, excellent.
And then where do you go after you get that?
You change it.
And maybe I will show you later in Hebrew that one. Maybe good.
What is it called?
So this is Israeli. What's nice about Israeli company that people
In.
Because it's not written over there.
Yeah, it is.
Where is it? In blue? Where?
trade in.
To join, browse, to
Oh, I see.
Amy, what's nice about the Israeli company that they support people so well, and also when you correspond with them, they answer the question great.
Okay.
So this is Israeli startup. And keep in mind what you like and then what you want to do. So again, we are close to Hanukkah, so the questions are about Hanukkah. Let's see, I don't know. That's it, Amy. Yeah, next week. Sunday? Wow, yeah, Sunday.
Yeah.
What did you go to? She did a session for the school workers. For the Sunday school workers. That's on right.
Okay, ready? So again, if you can choose one thing that you're going to do, that's
Oh,
success.
I did that, it automatically.
And again, this again, a game that you can do with it for social. You know, we do it for social gathering.
Same thing as mine. Okay.
Can we start?
One person.
One person?
Is this something we have to look up there for also, or are we just looking on our screen?
I think you're looking at. And also there's all these websites, all these apps, they have a bank that you can search. So, okay, can we start?
Hold on.
Okay. Let me think. Actually, maybe you can see them.
You're good now.
Okay. Yeah, I think you have everything on your screen.
Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah, you have it.
Okay.
I don't know if they gave you like the friends, but basically you can have an audience friend or
Crowd,
or
crowd,
me.
50, 50.
Yeah, you have it? What do you see that?
Crowd, 50, 50.
Yeah, so you can do crowd. Crowd 50-50 and a friend, right? Okay. Next question.
Crowd 50/50.
I don't know if we do.
Crowd is you're asking the audience 50-50, so take half of them away. And hand it
Huh?
It's like who wants to be millionaire? So if you want 50-50.
But where is that?
It's the
On
very
the
bottom, see,
bottom.
crowd,
But
50-50.
It can help if you don't
Ah.
Yeah, if you don't need it. But if you don't know, you can get hints. You can choose 50-50 or you can choose
Clearly, clearly been made by the
what's that?
APLLE.
Apple.
Oh,
Apple.
Fritters, too.
okay. Yeah, I just need to fix it. Okay, next question. Yeah, this is mine are very good with the people. But this is like I just need to follow.
Toe
Well,
candles.
it depends what is that?
Toe.
Depends how many nights there are.
Yeah, two also I need to fix it.
How is that? If you have to,
Light on
how do you
Hanukkah.
know? We don't know what night it is.
It doesn't, yeah.
No, but the total, I guess.
Total? There's not total.
No, the total last I guess.
Okay,
In
fine.
general, we
Okay.
like 8 candles. That's ideal.
Oh.
Right? Because every night.
The mitzvahs only like one candle.
What?
So if you like one candle, you can still.
But again, I'm just showing you a tool, okay? You can fix it, you can do it whatever you want later. You can fit it to your needs, to your classroom.
The one name of Hanukkah song. Right?
5 little monkeys.
What's that?
Turn, sprinting fast. Oops, song. I say the name of a
How
Hanukkah
do you do it
song.
in English?
I know, but
What song is that?
again, high school kids will probably need a little bit harder question.
What are we lighting in Hanukkah?
I like bonfires.
Most people would say candle. I say, yeah. I don't know if it's right or wrong. Let's see what they say.
But I really like the game. Another thing, kids also can create this game. So again, you can give them something to do. And it's just a variety of activities that one day you do that, one day you do that.
So what's the advantage of one over another?
They're very-
over, Quizlet over, then T.
Okay, so
I mean,
There's
Quizlet is teams.
I call it the attack very additional idea. I mean, the same idea in different ways.
Okay.
The idea is that whenever you want, oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Oh, the idea is that you either do different activities just to make it a little bit different, you know, not to have the quiz all the time. One advantage is that it's different in a way that, for example, just a template, like you have 50-50, you have audience. So it gives them a little bit different way to do things instead of just Kahoot, which is just one thing. Because here that's number one. I'm going to show another app now that it's, again, similar but different. Another thing that this is, you can have that, is that it says, did you know that? So here, you can add, after the answer, you can give them, did you know that? And then you give them the explanation. So for example, Hanukkah, we light, let's say, 8 candles, did you know that? We do that for, it gives them information after the answer. So that's an advantage versus Kahoot, because Kahoot, they need you to say if you want to add. But Liventee, you add, there is a paragraph that you can add information about what to answer and give them the answer, like explain, not just the answer, but to get explanation. There is hint, you can give a hint. Hint means that you can tell them, let's say how many lights, let's say what we eat in Hanukkah, and you can say we fry it and there is jelly in it. Like you can give them hints. So again, depends on the level. Okay, so, and in Hebrew, of course, there are different ways to do it. So I really like Liventee because of the way that you can give them explanation, you can assign it as homework. You can tell them, okay, play home, and I want you to come home the next day, and you know what all these questions, because I explained to you, and you just need to play the game at home, read the explanation. No, it's more fun to play and get the information than to read it in text, right, for kids. So just different ways. Okay, let's continue with one more, that quizzes. Amy, do you know quizzes? Okay, quizzes is a great app. You're going to play with people letters, I'm sorry, but you'll just play with that, you can guess. What's nice about quizzes that it's self-paced. It means that if you don't have to wait for the teacher to click on the, if you are fast, you are moving fast. Okay, if you are, and it gives you memes, kids like memes, it gives you like a person or like a meme, and it's really nice. It gives you all these, something one can be, whatever you get, an animal, whatever. So again, go to quizzes. Let me just do the Hebrew letters. We're going to play with Hebrew letters. I hope I don't have a mistake. I don't know, live game. Proceed. Okay. So again, we join quizzes.com. Oh, perfect.
Okay,
You're there. Good.
Get started? What am I doing?
No, join the game. Wait, what did you do? No, you have to go to quizzes. Are you in quizzes.com? Enter the game. Oh. Yeah, I mean, okay, we got your me, we got your person. And now what's nice about this is another thing I'm doing for tests, again, for those who are teaching in school. It's self-paced, and then at the end you get the results of all, and I'm attaching it to the test. This is not
No, every computer has their own volume.
I don't have a volume.
No,
My volume is
maybe
quiet.
not.
Turn the volume up on your computer.
Where's my volume? Where's my volume?
Yeah, everyone has volume, so just turn it off.
So everybody's going at a different pace music, but that's a little too much.
So what I'm saying that because it's self-paced, what I do in the test, I say, okay, this is now vocabulary part, let's say. I give them the code, they play it on their phone, and then I get the results, and I can print it, like I can print it, or you can see, and you can circle the question that they did wrong, and then you give them a correct result.
So you print it.
If you want something documented for parents' night or something, but I don't have to, I can just put a grade. But I print it sometimes so they will see, because if not, they have to go back to the quiz, and they don't have the results. Okay, so this is self-paced, it's equal letters.
So wait a
you guys,
second.
if you don't know the alphabet, just
Do you-
guess.
I think I went
So
to
please
this, so.
explain it. But what you can do with that, you can do pictures, and you can show kids pictures. And again, who knows, later on maybe.
Down at the bottom, down at the
You can come
bottom.
down and say, no, I can teach it,
Yeah,
okay, I
okay.
want to teach higher grades.
Down at the bottom?
That's a joke.
Yeah.
Join here.
Okay, so now you are doing it
She
on
already
your
started.
own.
Watch what
Okay, this is self-paced.
She started.
Okay, go, and that's it.
Okay, what letter is it?
Now you see, I don't see, you do it on your own.
Now,
So it's gonna be
I don't know.
She had already started, so look with.
no,
but you can
made
still do
me
it.
Screw up. Now I assume
where's
you
your-
pushed it.
I
Now
put it
got
in already.
wrong.
Did you do quizzes?
I did.
Quizzes?
Here, I put it in. Welcome to
What
quizzes.
letter is it? I
And then it
can't
says
see
sign
it.
up.
Not sign up, log in.
I don't
Log
see a
in.
letter.
I think join the game. No, do you have a join the game?
Full screen. No, I got it wrong too.
Didn't see I think she
I
didn't
didn't
see
see
the
letter.
letter.
It might be that I have a mistake in something.
I think we didn't put the letters in.
What do you mean?
There's no letter there.
No, she has a letter.
I did, no, I
This
just
one's
want
not a
to.
letter.
No, maybe it's your phone.
No,
No, I didn't either.
Okay, I'll check it.
See, I don't have it. What sound does this letter make?
You don't have the.
I don't
There's
have a
no
letter.
picture.
There's no, any letter. It should
Getting
have a
lots
letter.
wrong because I'm just.
Yeah,
Do you have
something.
letters? You see letters?
Sometimes,
How did you get
Some
in?
yes, some no. This one does. Oh,
Okay,
it's not wrong even though it's there.
I got
What-
it wrong too. I don't have.
What did you do to get in?
There
It's-
should
Just
be
keep
a.
going.
Yeah,
Here.
Some fun.
You
You
did.
never played them. Yeah, you played them. Just play.
I don't know why I don't see.
Put-
I know
put
what
it- Okay.
Whatever you see, that's
That was
fine. It's
amazing.
just to show you the.
See what it was.
Yeah, it might be, okay, great. It's not really,
You're winning, Tippy. Whoa.
it's just an idea, and you can do anything with that. You can put vocabulary, you can put content, you can put pictures.
So it's fast paced.
Idea to get another one right.
It's also give you as a teacher idea what, and this you can also assign this as homework, by the way. You can assign this as homework and then kids, you get the
These
results.
are used for preschool. You could put a picture of
Yeah,
a car and then
Yeah.
put a B and a C and they have to know which letter it started with.
exactly.
Or a number, you can put 5.
So did you
times,
put-
a 4 or
so-
5.
So how do you create, like right now, I'm working on the kids knowing all the letters and all the vowels. So did you look for a program with that?
No,
Or-
I will show you later.
Okay.
I will show you how to create. These are all tablets, but we created games. We added the content.
Because this is, the kids can do this at home and then they don't have to worry about it in class.
Okay, I think you got the idea, right?
Right.
Yeah, can we end the game? Yeah. I'll end the game, yeah?
Oh, see, now I see it. Now you told me it was the black. I can see it.
No. I see people are still walking.
I
Okay,
think you could show me.
okay. Let's end the game. But what I want to show you that. Oh, yeah,
we were all
gives
against
you. Okay.
What does it
But,
show?
so like my quizzes, and again, kids also create their own quizzes. And okay, and then you have your letters.
Can you show us where you see the scores and
In
how
the
you did?
Maya,
How do you see the score of how you did?
I'll show you.
If you want to compare that, how you did.
So this was like game, homework game. This I gave as homework. Okay. And you can assign this as homework. Okay. And you can give them, and then reports. And you can give it as a test, and you see they can get. This is what they got. So for example, reports from Elizabeth.
That's as a collective?
This is what they created, but no, you can, okay, so they created the game, and then the kids are doing, so let's say she got 92, 92, 83, 83. So that's what they get on, if I do it as a quiz, that's what I give them, okay, to 75, 75. So it depends what they do, but again, if you want to, then you have email to parents, you can email results to parents, so if you do something, you can add standards, so later on, I will focus on one if you want, and then you can learn it in depth. Now it's just a little bit more overview what exists outside, like out there. And I don't know, I think we'll skip that. I think you have enough, but let's see if you want another one.
Whatever.
Do you want to try one more?
Lizer. Is it
Quizalize.
different?
Quizalize is teams. So Quizalize, what's nice, it gives you, Quizalize, it gives you team. It places you in teams. You see like the okay, and then the play. Oh, actually. Okay, so I think we'll skip that for now. It's the same idea of questions. I think.
What's the wiser in you?
Wiser.
So if we want to go back to Quizalize, if not, we can do it next time.
Right,
I think we have enough. We have the same idea.
But
So
what was
it's
wiser?
That's one.
Different?
Or flip quiz, what are the difference in the other ones?
flip quiz. Okay, so now we're talking about, this is also another thing, that this is, it's not a game, like it's like Jeopardy. But you can play it with as a class, with teams. I just close it up. Okay, so you create your board.
Are these free?
Yeah, these are all free, but
There's always a catch.
no, the catch is that with the free version you get limited. This one, for example, if you buy it, it's not too much. Like usually it's like $7 per month, I think, if you buy. But you know, for if you have a lot, and like for example, Nicola will not let me because they say every teacher wants 5. We are 100 teachers.
Right.
There's no way. So I do all the free ones, but if there's one every year, I'm asking for one because you can ask for no budget. One app that I want to explore more and do the not the free one because then you can be upgraded and they give you more stuff. So for example, this one, if I upgrade it, it will give me the results of the students. Now I can't do it. I can just do it with them. So for example, this is Jeopardy, and I'm asking about places, food. This is a summary of 5 units: subjects, languages, what we drink, and family. Okay, and what the kids are asking. So for example, if they say okay, places, and they say places 100, and I would tell them, okay, that's in Hebrew. We eat there, and they need to tell me what do they eat, and if they answer, I will give them the answer. They can play it at home. So again, it's like flashcards, but it's a game.
So this one, it doesn't grade them automatically. You know if they got it right.
Well, I play with them.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
not like some of the other ones that are automatic. You're telling them if they're
What's
right.
that?
I like this.
Yeah, this is great. And you show, for example, mashutim, what you drink. You ask the kid mazeh, and they reveal, and then mine, like water. It's vocabulary, so you can do it with any subject. Okay, because you have the.
So they actually definitely could do with little kids. They could just
Yeah.
do colors and you could say what's that.
Right, and you can put pictures, and you can say, okay, what's that? And then they will say it. Okay, and they can touch it, and they can, if it's can do it with the iPad. That's it. The kids like it a lot also.
And that's played as a whole class?
So
Or in teams or?
it depends on what you want. Sometimes I play it as the whole class, sometimes just in groups. By the way, you can have different Jeopardies and they spot it. So one will be, let's say you practice content, one vocabulary, one grammar, and then you work it. I use the shinshinim sometimes when they come to help me, so we have stationery. So, but it's nice because you can, everyone has either a phone or iPad or Chromebook, and then they practice. So of course this is level 1, but if they do level 4, the higher the level, of course, the questions are harder, the vocabulary is different. Okay, so this is another game that really cool and visual, very nice. And it's very nice, it's very easy to create the board. And it's called Flip Quiz. And you just need, you create a new board. And it gives you just put the categories. You can have up to 5 categories, and then you can decide. Okay, so that's a Flip Quiz. Okay, Wiser Me. Wiser Me, it's again Israeli invention, Israeli startup. Yeah, this is amazing. This is like worksheets online, and this is a great way to assess students online. What's nice about the assessment online is, first of all, you get the results like at home or like on the computer. Also, they get, sometimes you can give them the answers, like they get immediate feedback. They don't have to wait for you to grade this and give them the answers. And it's, students today, they are looking for immediate feedback. You know, everything has to be fast. They need to see the answers. They have to click and immediately, they are not used to wait another day and get the results. Of course we do that. We do regular tests. But things like that can sometimes give them an immediate result. You have all these options, which is open question, multiple choice. But, you know, just show you an example. And this is from the bank, so I didn't create that. I can show what I created, but this is, so you can take from someone else, and what they do all the questions online. So for example, What is Hanukkah? Watch the video to learn more and review what we discussed in the lesson. So they watch the movie, right? This is someone else. You have, of course, to check it. And already.
Sustainable holidays that occur.
Oh, I think I mentioned so many things open now. Oh, let me see. So I think something is open. I think my quiz is like is open.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah. So you
So did
watch
you see
it.
what happened? They watched the video.
They watch
and
it and then it
stopped at a
stops.
certain
It's
point,
a
stopped.
puzzle. Yeah, it's another. Then you, let's say they choose this, okay, and then they go and they can rewatch if they don't remember, and then they do submit, okay, and then you go to the next question, okay, and you can do. What's that? Then you can go.
Put it out there.
Go to the next question.
Not the Jewish Christmas. Yeah, they're both holidays that occur in the wintertime, and sometimes even on the same day.
Do you make the video or do
You, yeah, well, you make the video also, okay, and then
It's
you
not funny, but you know, he's like,
can go to here.
exchanging presents.
Well, that's probably just going on YouTube. You didn't make that.
Right.
No, I made a, you can make, not a video, questions on the video, to see every time that it stops. Okay,
The word Hanukkah means dedication. When the temple was nearly destroyed,
okay, and now you have a question.
But you did that. That's for the Ed puzzle.
Yes,
what
that's
the
puzzle and you
Ed
insert
puzzle.
in the,
The Ed puzzle is how you.
and then you have words, then you have word bank, okay, look at this, then you can do, okay, you can do all these worksheets.
This is a great one. I like that.
Okay, so this is a answer recording. You can record yourself. Okay, so the students can, if you want to practice the language.
And then they turn them into you online.
Yeah, it's everything get online. So for example, you have a dashboard. You can create we can create a tablet and show you my. And I really like it because you can have a variety. So for example, if I do kibbutz Haduf, which is my, I just teaching you all if I do. It's about the kibbutz. So I create and you can have a variety of activities, which is nice. And again, you can do, if we go back to what we did at the beginning, we cannot do it without technology.
There's also a bank of these that you can choose
Yes,
from too?
yes, so we have community, I'll show you. Just 1 second. Where is it? Let's see, okay. So I start with so it's in Hebrew, but that's what I teach. It's still spinning. But the way to do it is to take a tablet, what you like. Anything while we're waiting that you can say that you can already start doing, thinking about something you can already use in class. Anyone wants to share something that they think maybe they can do something with one of the games?
Sorry, say it again. I'm sorry.
While I'm waiting for that to show. Oh, here. So for example, so one of the questions, what is the correct sentence? They have to click on the correct sentence. Another option is that you can see a picture and ask, they can write text. You can record themselves. So I'm having a variety of activities. So for example, I can add, they watch a video and then they have questions about the video. They have the map and they have to place places on the map. So matching. So this is they will get dragging from kibbutz Ha'am, kibbutz Hayom, kibbutz once, kibbutz today. So they have sentences here and they have to say, living in nature, and they drag each place. You see they will see differently. They see it as an activity, see? And then verb, and where do you do that? So it's just a variety. These are all the things that you can do. You can do open question, multiple choice, blanks, fill in, matching, table, sorting, draw, text. All these you can do.
And then you grade them online.
Yes. this is Israeli invention, it's free. Of course, you can pay, which get more, but I think it's good enough. So if I'm going back to my dashboard, my worksheets, for example, you can do, sometimes you do it like so for example, if you want to teach a song, okay, so I teach, if I teach a song, I need that time so I can use questions about that. If you want to show them a YouTube clip and then ask questions. So again, you have a lot of variety. And if I tell you and I will change the world, and
But yeah, with all this technology stuff you do with having typing stuff in Hebrew, do you still have the handwrite stuff? So
yeah,
that
of
they'll have
course.
write-
First of all, take
Yeah.
notes in
Yeah,
class,
so
writing tests, yeah. Although, it's like in English, how much do we write?
That's why I'm asking. 'Cause
Right.
I think it's becoming more and more of a
Right.
question.
Right.
And that's why I was asking if you feel like it's so important.
Yeah, because I think it's still faster for them to write, because not everyone is good with the key. But yeah, another thing that you can do here, arukhat boker, so what you eat, food items, so let's see, there is one more thing I want to show you. המשפחה שלי, my family, מה השעה, so you can do communities where you can find all the bank community, and you can take examples from there. It goes by subjects.
And so this is called what?
Wiser Me, and this again.
Wiser?
Wiser.me. Everything that you see here, you can search it again more. If you like something, explore it more. So you see here is like arukhat boker.
There's a letters one. There's a letters one.
Okay,
Oops, I didn't
You
do
will
this.
love it. Those are lots of letters.
so
Keep with the old
we have questions on the picture. מה יש בארוחת בוקר? ציר, חביתה, דגנים. Next question, they have to listen. Why, Amy?
Yeah, I just found one about Hebrew letters.
Okay, great.
That I was
You
looking
can
for.
match things. Okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sorry. If you would scroll back to the very top, it's the first image that you showed. I think, no, it's the, I'm sorry, I'm going to go up one, the picture.
Which picture?
The one that's a little hidden in the screen. If we could just make it visible. Right now, it's at the bottom of your screen. Just raise it. Thank you.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
So 10 years ago, would you have handed out, made copies of that image, handed it out to your students and
Right.
said, with your pencil,
Right.
okay, now you're using it this way.
Right.
If you tested, would you find that your students have learned more faster using this than they did 10 years ago using a picture and a pencil?
Okay, so first, I guess that I'm sure that it was less authentic. When you do pictures that are not like, yes, of course you can show that, and the thing that it's not everything is like it's many things like I said, substitution, right? But the fact that it's not exactly because I have variety, right? I can do in one test, in one quiz, video, song. Now, according to the pictures, again, I don't do research on what happened, 10 years ago, and if we can compare, if we do a research and say, okay, you guys, this class will get old-fashioned pictures, this class will get only technology. Then I can tell you if it's more or less.
But I think our assumption in this room, every one of us, I think, would agree, this is better learning.
Oh, yes.
And so I'm thinking, where I am, none of this exists, and the students hate going to Hebrew school. And by the time they reach the preparation for bar bat mitzvah, most of them are behind where they ought to be. And I wonder whether if you could show the community that the investment in the technology would bring all of the students up to where you want them to be, if we could not convince the community
It's not
to
only-
make the investment.
It's not only that, this is their pencil today. It's like did you write with ink? No. Right? Or someone before you wrote with ink.
Right.
You can, and you don't go back to ink. We don't go back to pencils. This is their pencil today. This is what they write. That's how they used to. And of course, the pictures are authentic. And another thing that you can really, what I like about edit pictures is sometimes it's really authentic pictures. Sometimes I ask them, guys, you are in Israel, bring me pictures from Israel. And then I'm using that in the worksheets. So they see themselves in the worksheets.
Really nice.
Right? So if they were in Israel in 8th grade, and now in my freshman year, and I say, okay, we're learning something about Israel, bring pictures, and then I scan them, and I'm actually uploading their worksheet. You know how much pride they have when they see their picture online in a worksheet? It's really, that's the motivation.
You can be much more creative.
Creative, motivation, authentic, it's there, it's real picture. It's not something that, from a magazine that and it's old now. And you can renew it all the time. Another thing that saves time because, okay, this picture is now, I was in Israel and even now I'm going to Israel in December, I'm going to take pictures because this is more authentic, it's live. It's for them, it's like, okay, I'm going to this street and taking pictures of street. Not to mention Google Earth, that we'll do next time if you come, how to use Google Earth in class, how to use which is amazing.
Google what?
Google Earth,
Earth.
Adama, Google Adama, Google Earth. But it's not just what you do with Google Earth today. You can do PowerPoint, it takes you inside, a museum, and they can walk in the museum and describe what they see from their seat. It's amazing. So it's a whole world out there that, it's getting better and better for students. So this is why for me, if you want to go to community, you can find more things. I think that you want to watch one more thing? It's a movie. Okay, so this is really a fun tool, easy, and you can do it for little ones, or you can do it for parents. You take pictures of the kids and send them, talking to them and say, oh, this is what we did this week. So Spark arguably, it's very easy, and then when I say easy, please, when we get there, I will just show you how to do it. But I don't do complicated things, it's hard for me. But I do this Spark. You can do it in English or in Hebrew, or you can write, or you can words on that. And what you do, you take pictures, you combine them, and you create a movie. So let's say look at example. Okay, we're going to look at the first one. I'll show you 2 examples. They had to do something for Israel 70 last year, and everyone has, all my classes created something about Israel. It can be something personal or something historical.
ישראל מ-1948 ל-2018.
So she did like in big
מדינת ישראל נולדה. ישראל הולכת לאולימפיאדה הראשונה שלה. יש מלחמת ששת הימים בהעיר העתיקה של ירושלים עכשיו של ישראל.
Okay, I'll show you one more. I want to show you the different ones so you see what it's
Nina, I knew it.
Nina.
I heard the.
And I was trying to figure it out.
I heard Sidra, so I got Nina.
Let's see who's that. I don't know.
וזאת יום הולדת של ישראל.
That's what we did at Nicolay.
אנחנו עושים הרבה דברים לחגוג ישראל ביחד. אנחנו הולכים לשיקגו ועושים מסיבת ניקולי ועושים מסיבת עם קהילות. אנחנו נסענו
So let me show you one more. I want to show. This is a kibbutz. We learned about kibbutz. This is from you from last year, Sophia.
Oh, Sasa.
Kibbutz Sasa. We learned about kibbutz Harduf. So now for you, Roger, that's what we do after the letter. We learned about kibbutz Harduf. Now what they take the information that they have from one text and they apply it on a different. So if we learn about kibbutz Harduf, which is what they do in kibbutz Harduf, how they live, what is unique about. Now they search another kibbutz in Israel and they do their own what?
Sasa, that's my uncle's kibbutz. He was
Who's
a
kibbutz?
Baptist. My uncle's My uncle was.
Really? So that's what we understand. You had a
My Sophie.
קיבוץ סאסא בגליל העליון של צפון ארץ ישראל. הוא גם קרוב מאוד ללבנון. החברים של קבוצה השומר הציור עושה זה ב-1949. כי קיבוץ סאסא הילדים אוכלים עם ההורים בחדר אוכל. זה כמו קיבוץ הרטוב. וזקנים כי הם אוכלים הרבה ביחד. הם חושבים שהקהילה חשוב מאוד. בקיבוץ הזה יש כל כך הרבה דברים מיוחדים. הדבר הראשון שיש חנות גלידה בקיבוץ סאסא. הם עושים את זה, ללמוד איך לעשות את זה, ולמכור לאנשים מי רוצה את זה. הדבר השני על סאסא.
Imagine like for a Mother's Day thing, you know,
Yeah.
you have a picture of the kid and they have them say, I love you, mommy, and like make it into a video.
That's who Rousey Barley teaches at Kibbutz Sasa.
Oh, is it?
Rousey teaches there, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you can put it in pictures too.
So that everyone needs something about.
אני אוהבת לטייל בישראל. שם יש היסטוריה של האיים היהודים. אני שם פגות בכותל.
I did with all my classes, all levels. Everyone needs to go to
הים
How long is the project like this take?
המוזיאונים מיוחדים.
all my levels.
ישראל יש מסר
I think, look, yeah, I presented this to us in a different seminar,
ישראל
and I wanted to play with it, and I needed to make something on our net page. Right after you did the last seminar for us, I needed to make a video for something for Facebook.
To show what?
When you presented using this website, she asked how long it takes to do it. When you did the thing for the SEC, when you presented these
Yes.
websites, the next day, needed to take a video for something, and I think I made it in less than a half hour.
Yeah, it's really easy.
It was very
easy because everything is there.
But you need to know what you're doing now.
Again, it's not again
That's great.
easy is relatively, right? So, but I'm not when I say it's not that it's not impossible. It means that yes, you have. That's why I say if you do any technology on your own, because if you do anything in Instagram, Facebook, you'll find it. Because the template is there. The template is there. Just need to click, to drag, and it shows you. It's so. I'll show you. Adobe Spark. If you want, I want to. This one is also.
So these are totally creations. There's no bank, there's nothing to learn from.
Right.
I mean, these are kid created.
So yeah, let me show you one more. You can add videos. But anyway. You can add video. Okay. Yeah, I think it's easier than.
I think it's easier though.
Yeah, it's
I
easier.
think this picture can be touched.
I'll show you.
It's so touch.
Because I have done.
By the way, you have YouTube can show you that you have the.
A video, I make like a PowerPoint with the pictures. But this would be having the kids add the voice to it.
Okay, you just
Video stories.
yeah, and it shows you like for 1 minute how to go.
I take pictures of it.
You'll see that.
The whole year.
Okay.
Now remember that sometimes the kids know even more.
But sometimes, yeah, first year I did Photo Bucket. Last year I had trouble uploading to Photo Bucket, so I did it to Google Docs, I think.
Okay, let's do the following. Anyway, there is a video that shows you how to do it. Very easy. It shows you just to take from here to take from there, but we will do it maybe in a minute. Okay, let me just finish that. And I want to just to show a little bit iPads apps, so you will be able to. I have some cool apps also for iPad, for little ones. Okay, Google Voice will not do that. Jet, I don't know if you know this one. Jet, that's
I do, but you should probably talk. It's different for school.
yeah, this is preschool.
And they have a lot of ready-made stuff.
Yeah, a lot of ready-made.
New and exciting JI10.
So yeah, any comments so far, or I'm waiting for this?
While she's waiting for this, let me give you the end of the evening first, because you still are gonna have some time to play with these apps. But I, because I'm so spaced out, forgot to make an evaluation. So while we were sitting here, I made the evaluation on my phone, and I figured since this is a tech class, at the end I sent Yael the link to it, and at the end she's gonna put the link up on the projector, because I just emailed it to you.
Okay.
And you'll be able to type in that link, and then you'll be able to do your evaluations on your phone. And the homework,
Okay.
if you want the credits for the SLIM Ed class, is going to be to play with one of these different things, create a game or create a something, and email it. That's the assignment. Okay?
Okay,
Right,
so
keep going. I
and
just
I
figured
will,
I'd
I
say
will
that while
send
you're
you.
doing your stuff.
So now that I didn't prepare, I will send you the PowerPoint, so you can.
And I'll send you
it
guys
down.
some PowerPoint,
Right.
yeah.
I didn't know how much we get, so if we did a lot, so I can send you all, and then you'll get all the links.
And make sure when you do the evaluation to tell us what you want, because the next, not the next class for LOMED, but the next class Yael is doing is on January 14th. So I will send you the information you send if you want to come to the next one of the specific tech stuff she's
So,
going to talk about the
Jada,
class.
okay, I don't know if you want them to watch that, or we just move on and then they will get it in their PowerPoint.
No, I think you should show it to them.
Yeah.
I think it's a very different than the other stuff we've been looking
Yes,
at. I think
that's
this, especially preschool appropriate.
Create, play, and inspire Jewish games in minutes. With the new and exciting JI tab, you can create your own interactive Jewish games using our unique tailor-made collections.
I hope she knows about it.
Use our Jewish holiday themes, Hebrew letters and Nikud, and Jewish texts.
You just have a conference. Yeah.
You can use your own photos or surf the internet for helpful images. And make everything interactive with a variety of activities such as puzzles, soundboards, and much more. Teachers can follow their favorite creators and easily download games created by Jewish educators all over the world, searching according to subject, language, and student age. Join this global Jewish education community and download JI Tap in the iTunes store.
So let's see, iPad. Yeah.
Okay, great.
And it's very Hebrew friendly too.
Okay, iPads. So iPad is a great tool. First of all, if you want to do the last one, people write, there's an app that for teaching cursive.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's really good. So what you do, you can click on the Aleph. Okay, so for example, click on the Aleph, and then you can trace. So that's very nice for young.
And which one is that one? The iPad?
Okay.
Hebrew right.
You can try, then just move it.
Hebrew, right.
Yeah. I think it's only cursive. It's to teach cursive. Okay, so this is Hebrew White. It's really cool, and especially for little fingers that just start to get to the idea. Just to know how we used to tell them. We used to tell them just do like that, with your hands. Now, and you can click on home and then do another letter. Okay, so you can go in mood and then. Yeah, so that's a really cool app. And the kids start to feel that, just you can just feel the movement of the hand. You can just do the circles and the right to left. So it's really a cool app for young kids.
That's really nice.
Yeah, and there is also practice and. Okay, I'll get it back.
That one's not free though, is it?
That's free.
It is?
Everything is free.
Even the iPads, so they're not like $1 to buy in there? Some of them.
Not this one. This is an iPad from Nicolay.
Only give me to download. I know they only give me to download app free now. Because if every teacher will download with money. So, but what they give the teachers they give us to play. And then if I want to buy something, then I come back. But I find many things that are just free. So you see, they can draw pictures. Yeah, perfect, exactly.
That's Hebrew, right?
Okay, the next one is, and I'm going to show you. Do you know the Telegrami? Oh, Telegrami is a cool one.
So was that
Okay.
Hebrew, right?
Hebrew right.
Okay.
Okay, I will show you the Telegrami. If you have a Telegrami,
So that one
So
is
Telegram
like-
is also for young students, so it looks like that. That's the app, Telegami. And what they do, they create their character avatar. It's actually avatar, and 1 second. Create. Okay. Okay, and next. Okay, so they create an avatar and they are talking. So you can. Let's take one. So what I do with that, so they are choosing a view and they say where they are in Israel. They can give the free one is 30 seconds. So they can give news, or they can give report, or they can just tell a story. So for example, they choose the hair, they choose the figure. Okay, and it tells you how to do it. So they can dress, they can choose the figure, they can have the hair.
Actually, I love that. And then
They
they
can
get
have
the
the
pen.
pen. Now, of course, it's a $3.99 if you pay. This is free, but free is limited. What's nice about the if you pay, that there's so much variety of clothes, of pictures, of hair, of people, voice. You can actually choose a country that you want to sound like. So if I want to sound
An accent?
accent.
And then you can record it and save it.
Yes, you can save it. You can save it and then you send it. So that's what and share. Remember the share? Share is everything. Sharing is caring. Share is everything. So they share it with the teacher, or they share it with, and then usually I save all of that. You can create a movie with that, or you can just show parents, or you can just show in class. And then, so the free one is 30 seconds. The money one is you can have like 3-5 minutes. But 30 seconds is okay. They either give I give like describe the weather, give a weather report, give the news report. Oh, I do it for grammars. For example, I do when I teach you should, mutar, kedai, all these. So they have to choose a job, and they will say, oh, I'm the rabbi. You need to pray every day. You need to do mitzvah. You need, and then and they 30 seconds. You can tell them your about Torah, right? So this is another cool thing also for young kids. They choose the pictures. Again, not infant, but again, keep in mind that you maybe teach higher. Okay, the next one is I want to show you. Wait, this one you'll get from me, but I want to. Okay, Toolbox is also sock puppets. Do you know sock puppets?
That's so fun.
Yeah, that's
Very
it's
fun.
again
Pretty
to
funny. Kids love it.
kids love it. Again, you can make a story. Okay, and again, you create a story, and they walk, and you talk, and record, right? And they can choose. Okay, so this is for little ones. They can choose. Okay, another one that I want to show you is now I'm going to show you on this screen. Do you know this one, the Toolbox? It's a cool one. It's like,
it's very
you know,
fun. It's
Toolbox?
another funny one. Yeah, you change faces and
You cut it. The item starts to talk. So what you do. And the item starts to talk. And then you don't hear okay, so when I did this workshop for my kindergarten teacher, what they did it in Hebrew. So they took a toothbrush, okay? So they took a picture, they took a picture of the toothbrush, and the toothbrush said in Hebrew, like to brush your teeth, because you can actually record, but the toothbrush moves. So it's again a fun thing for young learners. Draw and tell is another one that it's a very good one. Draw and tell. And show me. So I think
I think we'll stop.
yes, I think you have enough, and you'll get this, so you can try that. Okay. Okay, so now we have,
But we're 18 minutes. Good enough.
okay.
No, not 18.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
18 minutes to, everyone to choose something to try.
Pick something to try. This is
try,
gonna be
just
your
to try.
homework, so
Yes.
try it now while you can ask the other questions.
Right,
And
so
some,
this will
a
be
lot
the-
of them you can ask me questions, not all.
And any question that you want to ask me,
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. In the next 2 weeks. I'm not so.
All right. How did I just join something? How did I join?
יופי, בסדר?
Yeah, I
Okay,
don't remember
למדת.
what I joined. I think I joined Wiser.
יופי,
But
מצוין.
how do I know, like, I want, do you have, if I try to do Bishvil Library, is that in, like,
So you,
it's hard
Did
to
you
see
sign-
these. I
okay.
signed up and now I have my own.
okay, so where is your?
I went to here, Wiser Community, Yofi,
Yes.
but, and then I typed in
No, so
Hebrew.
community, that's what you have subject.
Okay, right, but I want,
What is your subject?
I
Oh,
don't
you
have
just
any,
did-
well, I did Hebrew.
Did you sign in? Are you in?
Yes, I created I am now,
You have account.
yes.
Okay, so go to,
It's a free app. It's a free thing.
See, it's a sign up, so I'm in. This is
okay,
me, I'm
so again, subjects,
in. Subjects,
go to community,
okay. Oh, I went to Wiser Community, okay,
go to that for a second.
I am. Aren't I?
Yeah.
And I checked Hebrew. I don't have any, because
Yeah, I know.
So, right, and then I searched, I searched
In
Hebrew.
subjects. No,
Right.
these are your subjects.
Right,
Yeah.
but I searched Hebrew.
Yeah,
I
so
typed
that-
in
but-
Hebrew.
Right, so there is no, again, it's relatively new, so there is not so much. You have to create, but you can still find,
Can I steal from you?
yeah. you can
So how do I
oh,
know? I mean, it's really hard to see what these.
No, you have to
Is
click
this
on
like
that.
Created by Hebrew College, is
You have
that?
to, yeah, you can create on that, click on that and check it.
Let me see what it is.
And then you can have an option to, but it's very
Change it?
hard to find something that really fits.
You have to create
Yeah.
your own.
Pretty much, exactly.
This isn't
Sometimes I do it when I'm
Masha.
in a Zelle למשל. Sometimes I do it when I'm absent, like substitute, and then I'm giving them to do something, random, like a song or something I take from someone.
Right. Well, I saw
Yeah.
one of the songs that we have in that.
Yeah, הכי ישראלי?
Yes.
Yes,
Oh,
I did that,
yeah.
yeah. כן,
Did
כי אני
you,
גם...
did you create that?
לא, לא.
Oh.
But I also use that. Well, I use it after I taught it, I found it.
Yeah,
I
because
always-
we teach
yeah.
in Neta.
But you can edit it. So sometimes it's not exactly what, the age of like,
Right.
and the level.
This
No?
was cute for letters.
So how do I start? What do you want to do? What do I want to do? I
do
want
something
to do
that you feel
something.
that you can
I would like for the kids to, we're learning the alphabet. I want to make sure that they know the name of the letter and the way they look. So what about the quizzes?
Mm-hmm. You had some wonderful things.
Yeah, quizzes or Quizlet even.
Mm-hmm.
Quizlet. Quizlet is easy. You can do that.
Quizlet?
Quizlet, yeah. So if you go
So
to
just
Quizlet,
go there?
go to Quizlet and by the way, yeah, go to Quizzes has all. Go to Quizlet and just Quizlet has a lot. So you just do Hebrew alphabet and see if there are other games there.
Is it in iTunes?
Yeah, just go around and.
I did one for Hebrew vowels. There's a nice Quizlet for Hebrew vowels to have.
Oh, really? Which one?
I'll go on.
Maybe you can do these.
Okay. So I've created, I'm already in because you can get it for free. So once you go on,
There's one more thing.
then you
Quizlet,
create,
yeah.
yeah, you create your own for free. So like I did,
little ones, Pittsburgh. This is excellent for you guys.
oh, what is this Amy Bahar too?
Okay, this one is perfect for you.
Is it another one?
I mean, I did.
Okay, this one, Pittsburgh. It's very good. It's an app for you guys especially. Pittsburgh. Bits. Okay, it comes like this. Pittsburgh. BITS. BITS and board, like board.
Okay.
Board. Yeah, sorry about that.
No, I'm showing her, but I have to get out of my board.
You can do another game. You can do
File.
so for example,
So now you can look
I
at it.
guess Bahar maybe.
So,
Which one doesn't belong? Okay, you can create your board. So if you teach,
Which one does not belong? Which one does not belong?
Okay, so it's just all kinds of
I have to
games.
try to get in again.
Sort, rhyme, opposite, A is for. They can describe it in picture. So we use one. Let's see. And what you teach?
Sure.
Opposite.
Is this mine? No, this isn't mine. This is my other one. How do I get the other one? I don't know her name.
No, not everything is with money, but it might be. It might be more.
Anyways, if I wanted to, okay? So I can create, let's say I wanted to find something about, okay, so you set up your own, you'll have your own thing to look like this, okay? You can create a class and all your kids can have the thing, or you can just search. So let's say you want to find Hebrew vowels. Vowels.
But again, it's just.
So this,
You say
each
the word,
one of
yes.
these is a different game. About Hebrew vowels, and they always take. You can put in as many questions as you want, but they only do 12 in one game, but sometimes they'll mix them up. So for example, let's say this one has, it depends what you want to do. Let's take this one, okay? And so what it'll do, there's a whole bunch of stuff. Either we played Quizlet live. Live is when you got a whole bunch of kids playing. That's what we do. But if you want, you can have the kids just practice, okay? Or just practice in class for a while. So flashcards, it tells you here, this is what the set is.
This one's also right after each
Sometimes you can hear.
BITS.
I just.
So they have to BITS small board. BORD.
There's so
I don't
many
know if
options
this one
here.
has recording or not.
Can be,
No, sometimes it will say
yeah, so
that.
you can play with that.
So this tells you what they are, okay? These are like the components of the game. Someone created that.
All you have to
So
do, no,
now
all you
your
have to
kid
do,
can
you have to
hit learn.
install it on your keyboard and then you
And
hit
then they
Alt
can
Shift.
figure out.
You can install it
When you hit
from-
learn, was there a word that said
Not
learn?
yet, yeah, it's okay, so here, it's a shva. Now what sound does a shva make? You can.
Oh, I see, got
And
it,
it says,
got
correct,
it.
nicely done. So get
Nice.
your feedback, chirik, which is. So, okay, good. Now let's do one that's wrong.
Study this one.
Okay, so the kids can do that. That's one game that they do out of this whole Quizlet set. Another thing they can do, okay, they can write. This is still with the same set.
But again, you can find it, you can make your own.
So hold on, type in that.
Thank you.
I don't know how to write.
I'm downloading it now.
Good, it's a good one. So maybe you can.
Oh, I
that
see.
for assignment.
Right.
Like maybe you can create a board or something.
Okay.
Right.
Would that be okay? Oh, that's nice, what's that?
Each one is different.
What did you do?
I don't know, I went to the
Type
Ah, good,
it.
good.
So
Excellent.
you have to.
Excellent. The J is very good, the J. Yeah. So maybe you can do assignment that you're doing. Oh, tell someone they can call themselves. You see the show me?
Yeah.
It's also good. If kids can tell a story, they call you a voice.
Oh, I don't know.
I can't imagine that they would want you to write it either.
Sorry, it's a
Yeah.
vowel thing. Okay, so then another thing you can do, the kids really like this matching is one that's on. You have to match. So
that's
you
good.
match your O to the.
Very good.
You know, that.
Nice. That's exactly.
And another one they love
Yeah.
is this gravity,
Send it to Nicolay.
where it kind of comes down.
I don't email it.
Okay, wait, let's type your
Yeah,
answer.
this was true.
I don't know how to type your answer.
You really
What am I
managed to, I think,
typing?
get to all the
Says
different
the-
levels in
oh,
here. That's
Ooh, I
not-
don't know, I'm typing.
And they found things to do, I gave them also the.
I don't know, let me get it.
And then I'm hoping, now the book comes back.
Let me just get
I
it.
will know more.
Well, you may get some next time who
Sorry.
didn't come.
Yeah, next time we do other things also, but we do a lot of how to do YouTube and clips and all kinds of.
Our next one med class, by the way, the next one is December 17th, and it's about ADHD.
I'm gonna do.
We have the school psychologist from Yeshiva Elementary School has been coming to do it, so it should be very good.
December 17th,
Yeah.
Monday.
Although I'm gonna try and get some of the day school people.
So, here, like I was teaching
So what
clothing
do you
once,
want
so I
to
just
show
typed
me?
in clothing and
Just
grabbed
Just the
somebody
link, yeah,
else's.
if you maybe,
So,
if you just maybe make
what
it,
you can do.
maybe copy it, and make it bigger, put it in documents or something. Not exactly a memorable link, but.
Hebrew.
No, this is a bit story that she was just.
Okay, so for example, I'm gonna steal this person's game. Okay, Kova, okay, this is in this mode. So then you have flashcards. You can see what the flashcards are.
So I started.
Ones are, you can flip it, and you say t-shirt. I mean, it'll do whatever you tell it to do. And then, let me just see if there's a better one. Matching, you saw gravity. This is what gravity looks like.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, this is okay, so wait. What am I supposed to do? It's pants.
Supposed to catch it. Catch it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but no, I have to type pants. Oh, type my answer in English. Pants. I don't know. C-A-R-I. Boom. Oh, okay, see, and this one.
Yeah, so.
Oh, gosh.
Trying to.
Do you need help? Yeah, do you need help?
No, I'm just trying to
Just-
make it bigger.
Just open
Here.
okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Alright, so not now, before you leave, when you're done, that's the link you gotta type into your browser to get the.
Oh, you can send it.
I don't have everything.
Wait a minute, we have to copy that whole link?
I can send, we can, you want to, yeah, maybe everyone,
Let me see if we can get, I don't think I have everybody's, so let's see.
oh, but you know what?
I'll try and,
Can you make a bit?
Can you send it to us?
I'm gonna find a way to send it to you. I try and, I will do something right now, I will figure this out.
Send us a game and we'll find it. You're wonderful.
Oh,
You're so wonderful.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know. I love it.
It's just in the
I love it with
I
my
know,
kids.
it's obvious you love it.
And you know, they. What?
I just so excited.
You're excited?
I'm gonna use it.
Which one?
I'm gonna use it.
I know, which
And
one?
I had a Mara on something.
Which one?
I think, well, I'm gonna do videos. I'm
Excellent.
gonna do quick quiz.
Excellent.
And then we'll.
I will have anything to surprise my students next year. Because everything I do with them, I say, oh, I didn't do
It might
that.
take me a few years.
No, it's okay. It's okay. If you do something, it will be great. Then I know that they know it, and then I can move on to a different thing.
It'll be great.
No, but I enjoy your freshmen so much. Like,
Yeah, I don't know what next year, we'll see what we do. No, they're good. They're good kids.
I
They're
love
all
it. So
really,
they're
really
so
good.
serious and
Oh, they're wonderful. kids.
wow, I love them.
And the ones that are back too are good. So they may be watching.
I'm so mad. She's the
I won this in a raffle.
No, she just like,
Oh, no, she don't. She's not, I mean, she just sits down.
But he is so smart, yeah.
כן, כן, בטח, הייתי איתה עכשיו בסדנה, אבל למה הגעתם? היינו בניו
נכון, ומיכל הם כרמית
Lauren, don't leave before you do the evaluation.
כן, כן, דקות.
אני באמת, אני כל הזמן...
Actually, do have all your
היא לימדה אותנו איך...
The manager.
מצאתי מישהו לעזור לכם, כי יש לי קצת מי עכשיו ידע בליאדה.
Okay.
But the end schedule.
All right, I just sent the link to all of you by email, so if you open your email, you should open it. I don't know why it was giving me such a hard time before. Alright, I just used that Chatterpix and made a really silly video. I used the Chatterpix and made a really silly video of Golan and sent it to him.
Okay, perfect.
So now it says he's gonna get me one.
מה המצב? אני לא יודעת, אני צריכה לדבר איתה. לא, ללמד עברית. כן, כן, אבל... לא, ללמד כיתה או... לא, את רצית מישהו שיעזור. לא רציתי סטודנט לעזור. כן, 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 זה יכול להיות. בסדר, כי תיכוניסטים את לא רוצה.
לא, זה נחמד. יש לנו נסיה למעשה. נסיה. היא לא בהומסטד. היא נהדרת ועוזרת 5-6.
I guess I can turn off the video.
I didn't get it yet.
You didn't come through Saturday?
מאיפה שהוא. הבעיה היא, מי שמעניין את זה, אני לא...